Have you reached out for HUD to get their input on this issue at all? No, just yes or no? That's not being rude.
No one is going to disrespect anybody in this house. Nobody's going to be disrespected. He is an invited guest. He has gave us some vital information. You can make your speech. Please do not disrespect anybody in this house.
If anybody took that as a disrespect remark, then I apologize. But as head of housing here in the whole state of New Jersey, to totally ignore me, not call me, get my input, I call that disrespect.
Come on, that's right.
Well, let me finish, I'll finish, okay? Well, it's Liberty Village, excuse me. It's Liberty Village, the reason why I say that.
I live in Liberty Village. Yes.
Fine.
Excuse me, please let
Okay. All right. I said what I had to say. Now, 6 months ago, the current owner and the previous owner approached me about they wanted to sell the property. And the question that I asked was this: why are you selling it? The previous owner, we have put ourselves in a position that we cannot afford to bring the upkeep. We had basically dropped the ball. We have not given the public what they deserve. I asked the future owner, what are you planning on doing? The bottom line is that he was not able to give me any information whatsoever. So I said, I can't support this because I think it's important that we get the community input. I want to know for 30 years what you have not done and what they need. At that point, I said, I think you should reach out to some of the council members, which they reached out to Corey Storch. He made it very known. But I was not going to buy into anything that I thought was not fair to you. As head of housing, I deal with all entities all over the state. And I'm going to tell you tonight, the reason why maybe I started off wrong, because I feel insulted the way you have been treated for 30 years. And the previous owner owned up to the fact that he did not treat you right. Now I asked the new owners, what are you going to put on the table? And they were not able to give me the answers. Now the reason why I asked that question because I have reached out for the United States Congressman. Also I reached out for our local housing authority to give me some input to find out what rights you really have and the rights that you have been violated. Now you talk about a laundry room, you're talking about this, you're talking about that. These facilities right now, HUD is about to close them because they do not meet the criteria that needs to be met. So I understand your frustration. This is not about me, this is about you, okay? So I'm starting at Washington to find out whether or not they fail to meet their obligation or they fail to negotiate, that you will not be put out on the street. So maybe I should have started off by saying, your concerns is my number one concern. I can care less about who used to own it and who want to buy it. End of the day, they have totally disrespected you by not giving you the services that you deserve. You need to make sure that they connect with the police department so that you feel secure, okay? Number two, the services that you need to get are services that really, the bottom line, all over the state, people get. So for you to have to come here tonight and be concerned about put out, I've asked Congressman Rush Holt to reach out to Washington and make sure what rights you have. I would like to feel we take this back to the table with the council. The council was not notified to the 11th hour, which was done on purpose, and I'm not going to get into that neither. But the reality is that they have not done this in a fair manner. And the reason why I'm so shocked that the fact this happened in my own backyard without anyone sitting down, talking to people who deal with this issue every day. Currently, the nonprofits are working with me because of the fact that they feel that, number one, the state has dropped the ball. Rather than put $200 million in the budget in order for affordable housing, they want to use the money for other reasons. The court said we're right. So maybe I do come here with a chip on my shoulder because of the fact that it's time that you are treated right. Because they're not giving you. They're not giving much free money. That's money that you're entitled to. The services that you're asking for, you're entitled to. So you can be mad at me if you want to. I'm going to keep fighting for you.
That's right.
And I'm not going to give up. So the bottom line is that I'm going to find out from HUD to make sure, number one, that you won't be put out in the street. Number two, we need to revisit what you want, what you need. Not one time did I hear, what do you want? What do you need? What have they not given you? You're entitled to have your input into this process. So again, I want to listen. I want to ask any questions you have to ask. But the reality is that, unfortunately, do I have a lot of patience? No, I don't. Because the reality is that when someone tells me to my face, yes, I have treated the people in that complex wrong, you're going to get a paycheck and walk away and not put no money back on the table for the district services you gave them? And then the new owner's going to come along and feel they're going to run the same games? Not on my clock, whether you like it or not. So the reality is that we're going to step up, and this thing is going to be done right. The first thing you're going to do is find out from HUD, what rights do you have? Number two, trust me, they're not going to walk away from $10 million over there. Because there is, I'm pretty sure, 100 different units in this town that we can make sure that you will get the right housing. But if you're going to go back, they're going to be the new owners. I want you to be treated like everybody other citizen here in the city of Plainfield. You don't deserve any less service because the federal government is subsidizing that money. These people are not giving you anything whatsoever, and anything they're taking from you. So I look forward to talking to you the rest of the year.
Thank you so much.